exactly.
Hey everyone, we were Irfan and I were having a chat this morning. He was showing me some stuff and he was trying to solve some things. And I'm like, yeah, I think him and I could have figured out in an hour, but I'm like, hey, Isaias will be around in a bit. Let's just get his, 5 minutes of his time and probably point us in the right direction. So that's what we're going to cover here. Was it with the COM object? That was one of them, right, Irfan, with the response?
Yes. Yeah, it's a HTTP request COM object. And let me share my screen.
Yep. Sure.
And in WGM, Isaias, you remember that we get the latest version from the URI.
Yeah.
And for MS Edge driver.
Yeah.
And for Microsoft Edge driver, the response not with response text, but encoded response body. And you told me to decode it, but before it was like this. Let me show you, disable all the code. And it was something like this. Copy.
I think you had it on line 203.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, no,
I disabled it. Yeah, like this. It was this, but using that, I am having issues. Let me show you. If I run,
it's weird.
And I have to use Edge. I simplified it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And so when I debug it,
you have a variable that hasn't been assigned. Just click continue. It's okay. That's on line 34. Just click continue.
I was working with Firefox. Actually, I made it.
You can ignore it. You can ignore it. Just click continue, and it continues. It's okay.
Yes. What did I do?
You closed it by mistake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just click continue.
So
here we go.
We have to stop it like here.
Right here. Yeah.
Then
you got an R. Continue exactly. Let's continue.
I don't know what's going on.
So there is the R
variable. Actually, let me stop. I got the Edge driver downloaded and it didn't ask me, so just rename it.
Okay.
And it will ask for the driver.
All right.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yep.
It asked me. I press yes, and we stopped here.
And it should do this. So let's wait in here. Hold on.
This
so
is
let's
the
go
URI.
by part. Yeah. So this is the URL, but that is not the URL of the
driver. But we are getting the latest version, latest stable version.
And yes, but no. Hold on. That is the page. If you click on that, you'll get to a web page. Go to that URL now. Right. Okay. So that takes you to a web page. Whatever you're downloading right here is just the web page, not the file.
Actually, it responds with this. It downloads the file.
Oh, this is the file, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the file, not the
I thought that was a website. No, okay, cool. I understand.
And
no, hold on. Is that an executable?
No, it's a response file. Let me show you. Notepad open. You see, we got the
right. So this is just a text, and that is gonna tell you
version.
Right now. And copy that, get it onto the URL. Now you have to put that in the URL, shouldn't you?
No. First,
what is that number then?
First, we have to get that number using this HTTP request, but it's in the body, and you told me it's encoded.
Hold on, no.
And we have to decode it.
Hold on, no. In this case, it is in the response text. Can I have? Let me request control for a second there.
Okay.
No. So that is plain text. That we don't need to use the request body because it's plain text. Now what happens is, let's double check on this. If I do output debug web request dot HTTP. Sorry, no, response text. Oops.
Sorry.
You have a trigger for that?
No, I didn't
No,
have it, but
it is
it's
mine on my end. Is my computer. That's a funny one.
Oh, really?
Response text. So response text.
On line 3, yes.
This one, as that URL is plain text, that should have that number right now. Now,
let's
from
try it.
there-
Let's try.
Yeah, let's try it out. I guarantee that should put on the output debug in the debug console, it should put a number there. Oh, okay. Now, in your headers, you have to remove certain things. Accept text is no, you have to do. The problem is it is compressed, is what you meant. I get it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
here
it's
you have to
compressed.
do not that. What was it? BZ. We actually, let me see if
So
I have.
Irfan, this is exactly what I was telling you with that API syntax
Yeah.
writer. It's like,
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you-
got it. I think
already
I
told
have it
me.
here. Let me see if I have it now. Because is select email format numbers. Where is it? Oh no, I don't. How many times I have seen this and I still don't have it? I think you have it, Joe. It is the response header that it is for. I cannot have zipped. It should be GZ or something, BZ or something like that. Do you remember
gzip,
that one?
gzip,
Like this?
not G for God. Gzip.
there's
Okay,
deflate, gzip, and SDCH.
Okay, so let's G and deflate. And that is and the accept deflate. I don't think is
Except dash encoding,
exactly. Well, you were missing
title
that.
case, title case.
Yep.
So title the accept also.
This would do it maybe. GC comma deflate, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and you can just pick one, right? Like you don't have to have all
Yeah,
of them.
I don't have to have all of them. What I don't know is which one is it right now. So I'm trying to.
I think it's the deflate that.
Yeah, the
Yes,
deflate,
yes.
I guess. Let me see. Not yet. Let me try this. So what happens is that is not.
Actually, you have to continue again.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Hold on.
Yes.
There's the gzip. And what is the other one? So it was 3 of them: gzip and deflate and
SDCH is the third one.
is T as in Tom or D as in
No.
David?
David.
Yes.
All right.
And in my notes, that just, I didn't know this. It's the Google shared dictionary compression for HTTP.
Like SDCH and deflate. Like that?
Yeah.
Could be any of those 3.
We don't have to put the spaces.
I don't
Maybe.
know. No. Hold on. This is content type.
You can.
Why
You can.
application JSON here? I don't think that's what you need there.
You want
That's needed.
plain
Okay.
text?
Yeah, it should be plain text though. Text plain, I think it is. Text first and then plain.
Text, well, it's funny.
Let me
Or you say all.
Yeah, let me comment that. The question is that the text is encoded in a way that we have to figure out which is it. It's none of that. Let me remove this one as well. Because I think it is plain text by default. Let me see. Ah, that's interesting.
Actually, actually, you have just suggested this way, and at that day, you were tried all these methods. I
Right.
remember that day.
Yeah, so the problem is I understand that it is encoded somehow and that I was gonna decode it. Now, it looks like when you get the file that is totally plain text, you didn't do anything. You just right click and opened it,
And
right?
in V1, that code works. But here, we are having spaces with every
Okay, let me remove
every
the spaces.
character.
I removed them both, really.
Okay.
So in any case, after I do the send, I am receiving something. The only thing is that that thing is encoded.
Right.
I'm just telling it what encoding should be. Now, isn't it text
Sorry.
plain, Joe? Hold on, let me see.
I
think-
have examples of text/HTML or text/XML.
Yeah, but plain is the one that is just the.
I'm surprised. I don't have one that says plain. I thought I did.
Okay. Now, you know what? Usually what we do in this particular instance, when this is happening, is that we do it on the browser and we take a look at what the browser sent. So what we do is that you just go here, right? We open up the F12 or the developer tools. I don't know what they are.
Actually, I just installed the Firefox, and you can look into the Chrome and
Okay, yeah.
there's
So
the URL.
let's take a look at the Chrome here. We're
And
gonna
we
go
can-
ahead and open the developer tools. I hit F12, but it didn't really open it. So here you are. So now what we do is that we go to the networks tab, right? And this right here, when you refresh the page, oop, that's not what I meant. Where is the, no, that was not it. Let me dock it for now.
Can I paste it?
Hold on. Yes, I think, but I need to make sure, hold on, to make sure that this is clean because it has a lot of things that I don't care about. Now, I think you should have it on the history. Oh, you didn't have it.
Yeah.
So let me see. Is it there still, or is it? No, exactly. So you have to copy
You
it.
can copy
over,
it.
right? We're gonna.
Uh,
It was for Fadium.
no, it's V1.
This one here.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, URI. This one.
Oh, I think it was the BR.
I think that's the
I
one.
removed it, which is a bad thing to do. I removed it from my list, so I wouldn't use it, but I should have.
In this case, yeah, you
No.
just commented out, right?
Yeah.
So now when I do this, now I get this call right here, and I take a look at the headers, which is what we are struggling with.
Can I make it?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And it's interesting. Hold on. Right, there we go. So the request headers, let me see, hold on. This is the general. These are the
Application
response
stream
headers.
update.
No, but we're looking at the request headers, really. They responded with that, but the only thing that we sent was upgrade in secure request and the user agent, maybe. Hold on. I need to disable cache. That needs to, I need to do control. Oh, give me a second. I'm sorry.
Accept range byte content
Give me a second.
line 32
Buenos días.
application octet string.
Sí, buenos días. ¿Con quién? Está equivocado. Okay, so this is what they sent back. That's the header. This is what we are getting. So that is actually a raw data is what they're sending back. It's interesting, but I need to remove. Let me see if I can control F5. No. I want to force this to give me, hold on. Go away. Why is it loading?
It's downloading the file actually.
Yeah, but I'm looking for removing the cache is what I'm not that give me a second. I'm looking for Control Shift Delete. No, not browsing history. Cached images and files. That's what I'm looking for. So I want to remove the cache. Okay. Let's put this in again. Let me just copy it without the, because I want to see if it does the call without the cached things. That's, here we go. That seems to have, this is the whole request headers. That's what we're looking for. So yeah, so we were missing the BR that Joe mentioned. It seems to me that that's the only thing that we're, and this is what we accept back. But that thing is returning raw data, looks like. Let's do this. So it's going to be gzip deflate BR.
Okay.
But AutoHotkey,
the BR, yeah, BR is not going to be used with AutoHotkey, so that is not going to work. Now,
line 190.
So this is the interesting part. So what we got is,
we got a stream.
No, this is the interesting thing. We got an MD5, we got the length. It is an octet stream, which means that that is binary data, really. That's probably the reason why I told you to go with the binary stream as we were doing. So now I'm understanding more or less what you mentioned a few minutes ago. So here, if we go with the response body, okay.
But for some reason,
Right.
we are response body.
Yeah, so let's do this. Well, there is the response body and there's the response stream. This
but we are using response
gives
body.
us
The line.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do this real quick. I guess it's the stream, it's not the body in this case. For character in stream split. So hold on. First of all, we have to take a look at what this is. So this is the body and there's the stream. And well, both of them are going to be web request dot response stream. I think it's that one. That one goes character by character. This is an array, but it's a different type of array. And we're going to go with this. Let's output debug. And
CHAR.
yeah. And let me add a new line here. Let's stop right here.
Actually, you have to.
Yeah, I have to restart this. Give me a second. Yep.
Continue, yes.
Yep. Okay, so this is not enumerable. Okay, that is because let me stop right here. This one here is a.
We have to switch to the debugging mode.
No, yeah. This
Stream
is
a COM object.
So this is a value and this is an array. So this one, the stream is each of them. I can split it or just, but I think let's double check on that. So let's try body at this point. Let's see.
War type 13.
Let me try this real quick. Continue, but I know that I use the stream instead of the. So this one goes by a character. This is not a good thing. See, right? Yeah.
The zero causing issues.
Let me see. Hold on. No, those are your bytes.
Actually,
that's the bomb character, really. That's you're getting. Look at that. You're getting each of those are your digits. The thing is that what you're getting at the beginning is the bomb characters.
Yes.
So now we can, and then
we had substituted the start factor, but now we are having issues
With what?
with the char being 0. It just join it and you will see.
So the only thing is that you need this thing to be because that is the number, isn't it? 114 dot. That's what you need, really.
Well, I was doing this and it was working. This code was working, and but I skipped it. You see.
Yeah. Why did you skip those?
And you can see this when you do text this and
Yeah,
debug.
and remove the hold on. Yeah, remove the new line here.
New line, yes.
Now output debug.
Output debug.
Right. Text. That is gonna give you a
You will see that. Yes.
Stop it right
Next.
about here. Hold on.
Another.
Exactly. So that the reason why it's not showing up is because that is now a UTF-8 kind of thing. So let's do this.
Actually, let me show you something for a minute. We place it here and we do something like this. Okay, this is doing
the correct thing. Yeah, it is doing exactly the same thing. The only thing is, let me explain. So let's do this. Hold on. Let me try this real quick. Which is what I think. By doing the stream instead of the body.
Continue.
It didn't show me the continue.
Why? You have to
it
use
stopped.
this. Sorry. Actually, you are debugging the wrong file.
Oh, hold on.
It has to be. It has to be the main library.
Just
Continue.
click on it.
Yes.
Yes.
And we are there.
Hold on. That's a com value. Okay. No, I understand.
It's a com object. Actually, it's a com object.
Which is interesting.
Type 13.
Because I cannot split. So that is interesting. Okay. No worries. So let's do the next step, which is I have this. I want to have this in a buffer. So what we want to do, or string put. So let's try this. So hold on.
Okay.
So I want to string put. Str put. Yeah, you will see in a second. The text, because the problem is that that thing is in a. So let's get our. Let me see if this works real quick. Output txt equals buffer. The interesting part that you said is that it worked in V1 but not in V2. This is UTF. This is UTF-8 with BOM. Okay, so you're good. Now let's say this. We're gonna put that into output txt, and we want to make that UTF-8. In case that is not in the correct thing. And then here, I want to do a string get. That. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a buffer to hold my data. The string put is going to grab the text and put it and convert it into this format before putting it there. And then I'm using string get to get it in the correct format. So I'm doing a very special trick there. The problem is, I mean, hold on. No, exit app. That's
Wrong
not it.
file.
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong. Again, you have to go to the highlighted file. Yes.
Yeah, but I was not doing that before.
Continue.
Continue.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Let me try that out and let's see what this does.
You see these spaces.
Parameter one.
Press,
hold on.
Just press continue and I will show you. You see in here.
Oh no,
here.
sorry. Is this guy? Hold on. I'm sorry. Is this guy who I'm trying to get the text out of the wrong variable?
Oh.
Just a second.
Continue. Yes.
Yes. Trying to get it out of the correct variable this time. Okay. That one gave me, you see that?
Yes.
But the problem is, and that's the thing, so it is, so what I'm gonna do is replace, so it has to do with the encoding. They are, that text is not in UTF-8 is what's going on. So whatever they're sending back is not exactly on UTF-8, but I don't know what encoding that is on then. Character encoding, where's the character encoding? There is encoding and there is character set. Is that the one, Joe? Like character set, one of the values?
It's a separate thing.
Yeah, it is a separate thing, but I don't think I will be able to put it anyways. We didn't send that here. I don't think the server allows for that. So this is Edge, right? I guarantee that that thing is UTF-16.
Okay.
That's okay. But in this case, what I can do is just regex replace anything that is not a number or a dot. And that should give me the cleared number. So let's try that again.
Yes.
At this point, there it is. We have an output debug somewhere out there. Here it is. Hold on. Does that mean that this was not? Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this too right here. I want to see which one I'm going to keep. There you go. So what was happening? Okay, so I will explain. You guys were on the right path. It's just that you were missing a one step about the text itself that you were getting.
Well, funnily,
So,
when I
right.
told Irfan, that was one of my first things I said was, I wonder if somehow it's the encoding, but
Right.
I'm like, but it's in, I'm like, it's not the file, it's in memory. And I didn't think it, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Now this here at the beginning is an encoding character. I'm not really sure if that's the UTF-16 one or if it is the, whatever it is. It is there. I'm just removing it from the string. I'm just removing anything that is not a digit or a dot. So you get your clean text right here. But here's the thing. So we got, and that makes me wonder. Let me try this. It should, sorry, web request. I usually use the word HTTP because it's shorter, because web request is a long thing to type. But then response text, the response text is there. I think I can put that in a buffer and put it as UTF-8, and probably I can get away with not having to do the looping of, maybe I don't have to loop over the things in here. No, so this one. So the second parameter of string put, which is the output, this guy, no, that's okay. All right. So I cannot just skip the thing, even though I have a string and I know that that string is, so let me try some. I'm just curious. This is just curiosity, and then I'm going to explain exactly what I did. So the text I want to put here, hold on. If I do web request dot response text, I want to put it here too. Web request dot response text, right? So what it told me is that it could not read it properly. So that's basically the main issue there. Even if I try, maybe I just have to put a size. So let me put a size here. And then let's try it out.
Main file.
Yep. The reason why it was working before is because I was just refreshing the thing. I was not clicking on it.
Yes.
Let me see. Oh, okay, that didn't break. Ooh, you see, we got the first
character.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, it is exactly what I'm expecting. This is a UTF-16 kind of thing, and the encoding that it has some 0 characters in it. That's the reason why you were skipping them, and that 0 is because the character is smaller. And I know more or less what is going on. It is an encoding problem. If we can tell the server, hey, send me the encoding in a specific way, that would fix the issue. It's just that I don't remember now. Content encoding or something. Character encoding, I think it is.
We can use text, simply content type, just text, not the plain. Maybe that one fix the issue.
No, because you're getting text. It's just that it's an incorrect encoding. Okay. So in the headers, so when you go about HTTP headers, I put a C. Yeah, so
put something in Telegram. I think that's. Do you want the encoding?
No, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So text plain, car set, UTF-8, maybe. But that's the thing. We tell the server, hey, I just accept that. It doesn't mean that the server is gonna really do that for you. We're just requesting, and we hope that they do it.
Now, did you also set the content type? Because that's where I get confused on the two of
accept.
Because there's also like this, which the example I gave you was mentioning XML.
Oh, also. Well, those are two different things. Whatever. One thing is what so one of the things is what I accept, and the other one is telling them to encode it that way. So yeah, I would assume that those, I would have to set them separately. But sometimes when you set one of them, you might, it would do the same for the others, like automatically. It would just set the other one. So car set.
It may not be needed. Yeah,
exactly, but we don't know. That depends probably on the server. Right, there we go. So it would be either what I accept or what I think the content type should be. Let's try that out. No, hold on.
Continue.
Let me do something before I do that. output debug HTTP web request dot response text, because it is text. It's just about the way how that text is being sent. Yes, so it does the request, I get it, hopefully. No, that still doesn't encode it how I want. So let's go with this, with the body in this case. So we just go ahead and do this.
Hey, Isaias, before you change that, tell me if I'm wrong here, but on line 191, what if you set it back to just that we also control that? Like, I'm just wondering, what if it was turning on BR and we can't handle BR?
Okay, yeah, maybe.
I think you're good with those options. Yeah.
Right.
So just rerun it.
So yeah, let me. These two, I don't need them any longer. Let's run this out. Continue.
Yes, and we will.
It should stop right here. Let's see what it does. Nope. So now what we're doing is we're ignoring whatever they sent us. Well, we know that it's not UTF-8. I know that I cannot tell the server how to do it. I know that it's not compressed. It's just that the character encoding of that thing is weird, basically. So I'm doing I'm changing the encoding manually. How am I doing that? I'm going character by character and putting it in a variable. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And here you can see that the text variable is doing whatever I needed. And notice, you see those spaces that you're getting?
Yeah.
That has to do with the encoding. So there is a 1 and null, a 4 and null, and so on. There's a lot of nulls in it. And I guess it has to do with the encoding. So once it finishes with that, so I got the text now, the full text in there and with the wrong encoding, right, in a new line. What I'm saying now is I create what is called a buffer. A buffer is just, I set aside some memory on my memory, and I'm making it the size of that text. So the string put, if you call string put by itself, it goes ahead and calculates what is the size for that text. Now, what is the difference between that and string length? That the string length is not taking into account the encodings, the character encodings. So if you say this in UTF-8 and UTF-16, if you do string length, it will give you the same number because it's just going to count the characters and it's going to give you the same number.
Right.
But these, I'm actually calculating what is the size on that particular encoding, which usually you tell the encoding here, UTF-8. I want the size on UTF-8 specifically. And that now creates a buffer that I called output text that is going to receive it. The string put now, I tell put that text into that buffer in this character set, and that is making the conversion for me. The only thing is that even though I'm making the conversion, it still has these bomb characters at the beginning. The only thing that I'm fixing, you will see, is the null characters that you get additional. So all those null characters are converted to UTF-8, so they go back, they go out of there. When I do this, it created my buffer, it put the buffer information in, and now when I'm getting the buffer information, so now string get is reading that memory and putting it out, I'm just removing the whatever is not a number or a dot, and that then does the conversion and it gives me what I needed. So in general, it is just a matter of, we did get the thing, it's just that it is in a character encoding that I don't support, so I'm just making the character encoding.
Actually, we are getting one extra one in the start.
No, that was because of this guy here. No, hold on. Let me remove that.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so
that-
that
that's-
one is not gonna add the, so the problem is, you see the response text, it finishes when it finds a null character in it. And that's why it stops at the first one, because after the one, there's a null
Yeah,
character. You
okay.
see that there's a one null, then it's
Yeah.
just showing you that one, but it is not there really. When I
Wow.
go down here, you will get the correct number.
Yeah, this one is correct.
Right. So it is a character encoding thing. What I'm doing is just fixing it myself down here on lines 197, 198, and 209. That's what's going on.
So let me see if I can summarize this to some degree.
Yeah.
Because we can't control the encoding from what the server's giving us, and we can't handle it. Then in the response text, it's adding a space, which I totally get now, because that's a stream and it looks for where it ends, right? And oh, hey, there's nothing more. Okay, I'll stop. But
Mhm.
because the response body has everything in it, then we're processing it in a way where you're looking up.
Yeah. So I am actually processing the size of it, not with the null. So the response text
Right.
stops as it finds a null, because text usually ends up with a null. But with the response body, there is a specific size. It told me it's 32 bytes. It doesn't matter if one of the bytes is null, the body has the full thing, including the nulls. And I know that it's 32 bit in it. So not bit, but 32 characters long, independent of what they are. So and that's the funny thing. So if we take a look at the string, the string that has the 114 dot whatever it is not 32 characters long. It's not like that. But once you get that size plus the nulls plus the ending new line that it had, that's what makes 32 characters, and that's what the body has, the full thing.
And see, that's where I start getting really fuzzy with when you talk about the length of something, because I know the encoding, depending on what one you're using, changes how it counts the characters, right? Like how
Right,
wide.
exactly.
That's
Because 116 UTF-16 letter, like the letter A in UTF-16, is double the size of the letter A in UTF-8. That's basically it.
Now, let me ask you a really stupid question just to finish up on this. Does at all, because when I told Irfan when we were looking at this, like I said, I actually said, like, that to me looks more like dealing with encoding, just some weird. But I said also, is there any chance that it has anything to do with the bitness of what we're running as a 32 versus 64-bit, program?
I don't think so. In this case, I don't think that's the case.
No, but my question to you is, could it have been? That's where I'm like, I don't know.
Well, not exactly. Of course, the bitness on which you run tells you what is the size of a variable. That's the only thing that it really kind of like is the most obvious thing that you can tell. Like, for example, a variable in 32 bits that is an integer is 32 bits, but in 64 bits is 64 bits. That's the kind of like most obvious thing. When you're dealing with text, the amount of space that a character takes in UTF-8, it doesn't change in 32 or 64 bit. It's just that the variable now has a lot of empty space. That's all.
All right.
That's basically what is, so so the variable is holding the thing. The only thing is that you're not using the full space of it, is what I understand by it. But here's the thing, just to kind of like drive the point across, you guys were doing exactly what you had to do. Everything was good. It's just that the headers on lines 190 or 191 or 189, they were all being ignored. They're not sending you UTF-8 at any point. They're just sending you whatever they think you should get, which is UTF-16. The only thing that I did is not use the HTTP request by itself, like the text, the response text, but the body, so I have full control of it, and I told it what to do. And one of the things was actually convert the encoding back to UTF-8. That's all.
And is there any chance it actually is returning UTF-8, but with the bomb?
That's the question. So that bomb at the beginning of the string that I saw, it looks like the UTF-8 one, but the characters really are wider because it has this null thing one after the other. That null character that you see on each of them is actually
What if we did this as a stupid test? You see how on lines 189 to 190 we say UTF-8? What if you change that to something else, which I'd say UTF-16 or whatever, to something else? And I'm just curious if what we get from them, not that it's going to be legitimate, but that it changes. Like, I'm just curious if what we actually
that would be, so that's a very simple thing to test. Now let me see. I don't know if Irfan is trying to say something, but hello. If
No,
you're trying, okay.
I'm
You were trying something here, right? Now let me try something real quick, dude. So if we get that same text and I put it as UTF-16, right? So the response text like this. Let me do the first test. It would be just a second. Oh, the internet is really slow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, don't worry. Oh, what? Hold on. So let me do this. I want to string put this text into a buffer of size 255. And actually, no, I know what the buffer size is 32 because they set it on the things. And I want to set that as UTF-16. And then I want to output debug string get out txt.
But before running into debugging mode, you have to delete the MSS driver because
I didn't quite understand that. So that before we try that, we should do what? Hold on,
we should delete this driver.
Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, so we have to delete it because if not,
yes, permanently.
Yep.
It's running in the background, maybe.
Yeah, very likely.
We have to kill it first.
Yeah. Go ahead and delete it.
Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Detail and edge forever like this, and process, close, and then delete this one.
All right.
Permanently.
And now let's go. Yeah, then let's go. So we already, oh, you stopped it. Okay. So let's run it again then.
Continue.
Yep. Continue. Yes.
Yes.
Now here, this is going to be interesting. So that should have put some text in somewhere. Let's see what this does. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on.
Debugging console. Yes.
I still get the same. You see, so there is something with that. I don't know what encoding that is, and it might be that the encoding is totally wrong. Or, and then let's do the second part of this. So it was, instead of just doing like that, let's do the same thing we did, but now doing the whole process, but in UTF-16, I want to see this part by itself. Oh, no, output debug. Exactly. Okay, let's try it again. So let me put it down here now. And let's reload it.
Continue.
Yep.
Yes.
So now,
Oh,
yeah, you see, it does not really work. So that character, those characters are UTF-8 somehow, but they're improperly formatted. I have no clue what is going on in there, but it is an encoding thing. I'm not really sure why it's not correctly encoded, but it has to do with the encode. And we figure out that we just have to make a little bit of a conversion beforehand. We just convert it to UTF-8, make sure that it's UTF-8, and then.
Quick question here. Irfan, I wasn't looking, when you said, quote unquote, this runs in V1, what were you referring to?
actually, let me show you V1 code. This one and
Let me just
server
one second.
management, and I will find that you see, I don't have to remove the spaces, these spaces.
Well, let's study it real closely.
Isaiah's removing it here, like one space, one.
So it is there in the V1? The code you're looking at right now, is that the V1 or V2? Hello? I'm all alone. His computer hung. So what I was asking him real quickly was I wasn't looking at the screen when he said it. He said, quote unquote, this works in V1. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
he mentioned that. Yeah.
well, and that's where he was starting to show it, but I'm just curious when he says it works, but it sounded like what he was saying was the regex we're using it. Actually, the funky character is there. It's just you have a regex that's getting rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay,
the funky characters are there.
Okay.
Which actually the way that we can kind of figure this one out, when he opened it in Notepad, those characters were not there, but maybe we can tell what the character encoding is at the bottom.
Right.
So we might see what it really is, because I'm kind of like a little lost about this one. Because if it was UTF-8, like straight UTF-8, we wouldn't have any problems just going ahead and using the text, response text, because it is clear text. There's nothing out of the ordinary. But that is one of the things sometimes we get with servers. We cannot control what the server does. And when that happens, like, yeah, we just have to work around it. That's what we did this time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious. It'd be nice to say, well, to prove it's not a V2 thing. We're getting the same response in V1.
I would think so. I would think you would get the same thing, because it's coming from the server. Now,
I know. I
just wanted. So that's unless there's something, right? But we have to check what he means by that. Right. And I guess he was talking about the loop of the response body. I think what he was referring to.
Yeah,
right. And I guess that's what it means.
There was cleaning up the thing that weird character. So
yeah. So in the loop, he was just skipping the zeros, which are the nulls. So the null is the 0. He was keeping the 13, which is the new line character, and he was keeping another one, which I think is the carriage return. So he was just keeping them. That's all. But I'm doing the same with the regular expression without skipping them on the loop. Right. I guess that's the reason why he feels that it worked the same. In the end, I'm doing the same, but in another way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Yeah.
The whole U was freeze, like time freeze.
Yeah.
So
that happens.
Irfan, let me see if I was correct in what you were saying. We still get that weird character in V1. It's just the regular expression is basically getting rid of that in the null spaces and stuff. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, but
in your loop,
we
you're
are,
doing it.
yeah, in V1 we are not getting the null character and the new line.
Well, I
You're
think
not?
we are. It's just that
Yeah.
it's getting removed from the regular expression.
No, let me
Right.
see.
No,
can you
no, it's
share your
not.
screen? Let me see what you get. That's interesting, actually.
Let me show
And
you.
how? So maybe no, that cannot be. That is interesting. Let me take a look at what you're doing in V1.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you should stop your
phone is
camera.
acting very weird. Yeah, I should, but I have to disconnect it.
Oh, you cannot. No, I mean on Zoom. Okay, whatever. Now the point is that the everything was very slow, and I think your camera is slowing it down.
Well, the other option, if that file's in the folder, you could just open it, Isaias.
Can you see?
Not yet.
Can
There
you
we go.
see
Yeah, now I
line
can see it.
254?
Yeah.
Right. So here, look at this. You see this substring text 3? You are ignoring those 3 little weird characters there. That's what you're doing.
But there are no characters, the empty spaces.
There are no nulls. That's correct. Now,
And the new line.
no, yeah, the new lines is not.
We are
That is
getting in V2. We can try it.
Hold on. Let me try something out. Yeah. So let me request remote control here. First of all,
Okay.
you're only going 32 characters. That's the interesting part. Well, no, you're getting exactly the amount of characters they tell you there is. And we
but
are
in
going.
V1 we are getting less length, I think. And in V2 we are getting the double.
That's the interesting part. So when we're doing, so did I get control? I don't know if I can control your.
Yeah, I accepted it. You're moving the mouse on my PC.
Yeah, but I cannot see it. Is that selected?
Yes, it's selected.
Okay, so it's not updating. I get it. Right. So then output debug.
It's not my video too, if that helps.
Yeah, but there is kind of like, let me try it on my end. Let me share my screen instead.
Okay.
Let me double
Let me
check.
stop sharing.
Right. Let me open code, share my screen. Let's see. Where is Rufadium? Here it is.
V1 in WDM library.
Where did you have that? Was it here?
WDM library and online. Let me look at online 2
Get driver
2 online
252. Hold on. I think I have the old one. So you have Brave MS Edge here. Okay. Yeah, you have the latest release here. It is interesting that you have an underscore there that is not the same.
Actually, you are ahead. You have to use the line 174 get version. That method has line 174 get version. It's a class method. This method has that HTTP request.
Okay, hold on. Get version here. So this one here. Notice, okay, so this is what you're saying. If it is MS driver, you're getting this guy, which then this guy right here. This gives me a size, and The funny thing about this one is that, sorry, bytes 0 and bytes 1. So here you see this 1 here in the V2 version, that is a null character. In this version, that might be the next character. So let's take a look at that. I don't have that. Ruthadium. I just have to say Ruthadium.
Yeah, you have to set
And then
new Ruthadium.
MS
Edge
Edge.
is equal to MS Edge driver.
New MS Edge driver. Right.
Yes, and can use any variable like Edge or something.
Like this, right?
Yeah, driver. Yes.
Yeah. So now when I run this, guy, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I wanted you to run it. Oh, come on. I want to run the script. Hold on. Control F9. What? Hold on. There is a problem here. Oh, no. Okay. Control F9. No entity. What? Run. That's interesting. Why is that not working?
I don't know.
Let's do this. Hold on. So there is this. Okay. Okay. Unable to read the. Oh, I know why. I know why. So annoying. Here, copy the code. We're going to close. Oh, no. Code. I want to close this up. Close folder. Then we have to do clone a repository, put it in the desktop, open. Now we can do whatever we're trying to do, which is driver equals new
Ruthadium.
New Ruthadium. MS
Edge driver.
MS Edge driver, and here in WDM we have the get driver version, and for get version here we're going to go ahead and do this guy. I want to see what you have. Output debug at that, and then bytes 0 and bytes 1. Right, so this is what I care about. Control F9. Here we go. Looks. Oh, what? It didn't stop. What? Why? Oh, it's just no. I know why. It just ran it, but I want to debug it. Oh yeah, it's not. Let me.
You have to delete the driver first.
Yeah. Here we go. I have to debug script F9. Okay. Okay, so now we go here. Go ahead and do this. What? What are you talking about? There we go. Oh, I didn't delete it, of course.
Back in a minute.
Yep.
It's running.
Yeah, I just deleted it. Here we go. So this gives me exactly, it gives me 255 and it gives me 254, which if I convert to characters,
One by one, you can.
Okay, that's cool.
Those are the
That's cool.
main
And then I have,
character
you see,
you're
you
having in
have the weird characters there. So 0,
Yeah.
1, and 2, and then 3 and 4 is what I care about in this case. So 4. Now when I do it again, what I get is 32. Oh yeah, so 32. Now notice that I got the 1, you see the 1 there, but then I got a blank character right next to it.
Oh,
You see, so
so
it
I
is
have-
there. It is there.
so they have changed. They have changed the request method at their website, maybe, because it
But it's
was
interesting.
working.
It is interesting that here, while you're
Oh.
creating the text, it's not grabbing the
The
weird
null
ones.
character.
So let me try that. That is interesting. So it is going by the first character is number 1, so it is 0. So that is the weird character here. Then the next one is the other weird character, okay, and the third one. Now,
Third is okay. One.
now it
That's
should
one.
bring
Now-
a 1,
And then
but it
null
didn't.
character. Oh.
Right, so it is putting
Why?
a null character there. It's just that you cannot see it. Because the character for null
and-
is not there. So what is going on is that the character function, when you give it a null, it doesn't return anything.
So,
That's
but
what's
but
going on.
in V2 it's in V2
But
it's
in
returning
V2 is
space
returning a null.
as a space, a weird space.
It's not a weird space, it's the null character. So when we go on V2 and do the same thing, so V1 is failing, but it's failing without giving you an error, basically. Now on
Okay.
V2 though, so V1 is just not telling you that something went wrong. In V2 though, I guess this is the V2. Okay.
You have to download it. If you
I
have
can just
the
do it
access.
here.
You can grab it from the folder, library folder, as
No.
drive,
Okay, the S drive.
library.
Here.
Yes, here.
Oh, which one? V2 or what drive?
Yeah, the V2.
All right. So here we
The
go.
one with V2.
In this case, let's do exactly the same, right? So I guess is get version here. And in here, let's do exactly the same. So the response length, I think it is, so
It's 32.
output
It's
put debug. We're gonna, this guy should tell me the size. Body, let me make it a variable. And then we say body, and we said that the third character, so 0, 1, 2, and 3, and then body 4, right? So those are 2 characters, one after the other. And now we're gonna stop right here. So I save it. Let me take a look at the debug console.
Just look into the bin folder. If there is no driver there, then it would be okay to debug.
It's okay. So now here for us, we got a 0 there and a 49 in here. That's interesting. Hold on. On the other one here, so on V1, I was looking at the 3 and the 4 right there, right? So I was getting at characters 3 and 4, and I was getting a 1 and a something else. But in V2, that's not what is in there. What? CHR, we get this, and CHR, we get that. That's interesting. Hold on. Continue. Yes. Look, those 2 are empty characters supposedly, and then 5 and 6. Seven and 8. What the hell is it? It's not giving me them.
Why?
Don't ask me. So we have the first one, the second one, the third one. Now we have an empty character. That right there, which gave me a 1.
Yeah.
That's character 0. What is characters?
Character 0.
But that is a 1. Oh no, so that's the next one. So now the character is a 0. This should, in V1, when you gave it a 0, it didn't return anything, but now it returns kind of like a space in there. You see that? Well, not a space, it returns a null character, which you can see there. I don't know if in the tooltip you can see that, but there's a null character.
I can see that. No,
right. So in V2, the character function is returning the null character. In V1, it's not returning anything. So that's the reason why on your end, you were saying like, oh, it is working. Well, no, it's not working. It's just that it is failing, but it's not telling you that it's failing because what they sent is a null character, but in V1, it is not doing anything about it. It's so weird. That is so weird. And the point here is V2 is doing the correct thing. V2, if you pass a null character, it's returning a null character. In V1, it's not. So what I would do is this, I think this would fix it right away. Or nothing. Now I don't have to do any conversion.
Actually, what I did, I ignored. Now you will see the new line and.
Yeah, you would receive the new lines as well, right?
Yes. So we
can replace. We can trim them out. We can trim them out before sending it back. But these, by ignoring the null character, I guess that would fix it. It would behave as V1 in this instance. Hold on, I want to do this. Continue. Yes. So now the text. Oh, still. So it is not. It is not. Oh, come on.
If char is 0, then ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Char
only
0.
Or only do that if char. Then
char,
add it. That's it. So if you have a character, then just add it. And oh no, sorry. I would say char equals char or nothing.
Yeah,
this should do it. Let's try it again. Continue.
But,
yes. Now we got the whole thing, except for
the starting and ending.
These weird characters right here. You see that? Which you're getting anyways. But then what we're going to do is just trim them out. Okay. So we're just gonna trim or just do what I did before, whatever we had before, which is
the regular cursor.
right, exactly. So we just go ahead and do this. Now we didn't have to do the conversion here, maybe that's it. We just made it a little bit more a smaller code in this case. So let's do this. Let me do this. Nope. I want to do
Actually, we know all the cars. We have to know the 13 and the 14 and the 255 and maybe the 49 one.
hold on. Sorry, say it again. On the 49?
We can note down the car. The starting to one. The first
Okay,
one is
yeah.
255. The
Yeah.
second one is.
But the problem is if they change that, then it would fail. But with the regular expression here, it will never fail because I just care about the numbers and dots.
Okay.
So in the end, it is just better. Cancel now. Ooh.
It's a wrong file.
Yep.
Exit that.
Yep. So now here, when I do a step here, now this 32 right here is, why is that? Oh, that is because of this line right here.
Debugging, yes, it's debugging, yes.
So let's try it again. That should give you the same thing. There you go, the correct number. Is just, we just made it a little bit, we just made the code a little bit smaller. We're just ignoring the zeros. So we are doing now what V1 is doing for you without you noticing, which is wrong because V1 is failing, but it's not telling you about it. In this case, it is doing the correct thing. We're just going ahead and doing that. Even if I can just leave the characters there, and I guess the regular expression will remove those anyways, because the regular expression will remove the null characters as well, I think. Yeah, there it is. You see? So even if I don't ignore the null characters, I'm replacing them with the regular expression replace. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I think we got it working now. It is just a matter of, yeah, that's what you're getting. It's just that you were getting something. This is what you are really getting. You're getting this thing. That's what you're getting from them. Now, I wanted to tell you this. So can we get, I wanted to, where is, this is the one, right? Oh, hold on. So this is, okay, hold on. This is the URL that you got, right?
Actually, this code works for both sides. If there is no driver, if browser got updated and we got the previous driver.
Why on my end is not downloading the file right away?
I don't know.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me save this. What I care about is to see, and look, it saves as a txt in my end. So you have something in there that is downloading the file automatically. Now I wanted to open with Notepad.
You can now check the HTTP. You are having the correct response.
Sorry?
You are having the right response. You can check the you can debug the dev.
Sorry, this is the Chrome driver one.
Oh,
but we're
Chrome
not looking
driver
at
is no Chrome driver.
No, it's not that one. Yeah, so it's MS Edge.
Yeah, MS Edge has the issue.
Right, this is the one. But I'm confused because on your end, when we were doing this, you didn't have this dash at the end. You see this dash, this underscore?
Yeah, there you have to place the stable. You have to.
Right, and if I do it without the dash, then I get the file? No.
No. You have to put the stable or letter stable or letter release stable. You have to do one of them. And
I'm sorry,
I
which
think
one?
you have to do latest underscore release underscore stable, or you can do latest underscore stable.
Server, but I don't know, where is the URL? I don't see it. Is this the URL?
Yeah, we are generating it by the conditions. Sometimes
No, this is, yeah, but that's different. That's with the browser version. I want the latest by itself.
latest underscore stable.
Stable, this
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Okay, so, but I didn't, you had latest release.
Actually.
Oh, there we go. So here we go. So this one here, I got it. I want to see that in Notepad, or
Not so fine.
it's not that. Look at that. It's UTF-16.
LE.
That's the encoding.
Okay.
That's the encoding of that file. That's what happens. So if we open that file with that encoding, so now I don't remember that I don't remember that AutoHotkey can, if I can tell if it is little Indian or big Indian. So encoding 16. Oh, that is the one. So that is correct.
Yeah.
So how about you just do this? Check this out. Another way that you could have done this. Where is it?
It's V1.
No, this is V2.
Oh,
so
okay.
here I could download
We can read the
stable,
file.
right? Sorry?
We can file read.
Yeah, with the encoding that we want. So let me see. And then UTF-16 output debug. That's something that we can do. Very likely.
Okay.
Let me double check on that. There you go. Now, even if I don't specify that, the file has already the encoding in it. It will still read it correctly. You see that?
Yeah.
So you can do that. Most of the times,
we have to wait for the file to get downloaded. Maybe.
What do you mean?
The
Line
download
202. So line 202 is not gonna continue with the next line unless it finished downloading.
Oh, that's great.
Right. So what you're doing here is the same. The only thing is that you're not saving the file you're not saving that into a file. You're just putting it in a variable. But you could have done this is the same and then deleting the latest edge file when you finish. Both of them are the same. It's just that this one gives you more control unless you really need it. I don't use HTTP request unless you really need full control of how the request works. There is no point. It's shorter in this case to download the file and read it and delete it.
You can replace the URL with the variable that method is passing. And
yes, you can use the download function to download the thing as well. So if you have here the version, so let's say the version that we have right here if you do that,
if you can use the URI that in line 183, it has the URL
182.
line 183. The variable, this, yeah, the parameter is passing that. Yeah, that's the URL.
No, hold on, but that's the URL.
Yeah, it can be changed according to the conditions. Sometimes the driver get updated, sometimes browser is not
Okay.
updated, and sometimes browser is driver is not updated, and like that. It will download the driver.
Let me see, hold on.
Continue.
Oh, shoot. That actually failed.
You have to use the main
Oh, yeah,
file.
because, no, hold on. That downloaded the driver, really. Did it?
Really? No?
No.
It can't, because it's the cloud. Unless we run the method that downloads the driver from the cloud.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you
It's
have
easier.
to run the main file. Yeah.
Yep. Hold on, give me a second. So this
Continue.
URL, no, so that URL, oh, okay, so that downloads the thing here,
Yes.
right? Now, this is the latest release. I want to copy that and say, for example, that I
You
want to
have to
download.
you have to return it, and yeah.
Yeah, but
Add
let's say
line
that I want to
197.
download. Yeah, so let's say that I want to download what I had before. So let me see. Oh, is it like this?
No,
Latest?
it's not like this. Let me show you a few lines above. You have to go, and that's a totally different URL to download the driver.
This one here.
No, the line 122.
122.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is this? The zip file?
Yeah, the zip file is the address of the file.
Sorry?
Zip file has to be the MSH driver 64-bit or 32-bit.
Okay, let's try that.
You have to download here, actually.
So this zip would be, what is the name?
MSH driver.
Driver underscore.
The 32-bit is
Yeah, I will do it now. So this is going to be pointer size times 8. That gives you either 32 or 64. And then .zip.
.zip.
Okay. So this is .exzip. You can do that too. You can use the download function to grab the file and put it in it.
And we have to extract the driver from the zip file.
You will have to unzip it first, don't you?
Yeah.
So now here, look at that. And if I reveal an Explorer and open it, it's invalid. What?
Why?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Let me double check what that was.
Actually, the 32-bit file is the .zip, and the 64-bit file has encoding. You can look at in the other method, and the method that is just above. You can have the encoding of and just here, there, but
yeah, edge driver 60. Oh, you have the win in there.
Yes, Win64
So
and Win30.
edge driver win. So let's just do this. Hold on. So I put the wrong thing here. It
Wrong
is,
URL.
yeah, so this right here is, instead of 32, it would be pointer size times 8. That should do it now. So let's try it again. Let's delete this guy. Delete this guy. Let's do F9. And then this should download the thing. And if I go ahead and take a look at it, that should be correct. There you go. So do you know how to unzip files?
Yes.
Okay.
I
That's the thing. You download the zip, unzip it, and then you're good.
Line 207, you can see.
Okay.
It's suppose all the format of the file like Chrome driver and the Firefox driver and the Opera driver.
All right. But generally speaking here, you just do the download like this. And yeah, that's basically what you're doing right here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no, that's it. So I guess we already figure out exactly what is going on. It is an encoding issue, but that issue in V1, you were not being notified about the issue because of the null characters. That was it. But as you can tell, here I can tell exactly what the encoding was. And that's why it was failing, because that's why it has these null characters in it, because what you were getting is UTF-16. Sorry. And even if we told the server, hey, I only accept UTF-8, they were not sending UTF-8. They were just, yeah, deal with it.
Yes.
So there you go. All right. Cool, guys. I don't know if Joy's there. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess that answers the question. It is just that that was a weird thing. It depends on the server. That is the type of things that depends. That's why you only use the COM objects if you need full control. If you don't need full control, just download the file straight up. Just use the download function, download the file, read the contents, and you're good to go. Right.
That's simple.
Yeah.